Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're in the fourth part of a series on corridors, and Kasey's going to show us how to bring together the horizontal alignment, the vertical alignment, and the assemblies to create the corridor and then extract contours from that corridor object. So let's learn.
Welcome back everyone, it's Kasey again. Today we're going to be continuing our corridor series, and our last video we went ahead and made our assemblies for our corridor. So just to do a quick recap, we started off by doing our horizontal alignments here, which follow the road, the center line of the road. We then created an existing profile in which we used our conceptual grading plan spot elevations to create a vertical alignment for each one of our three horizontal alignments. And then we created our assembly to use which is essentially the cross-section of the road. And then our corridor is going to combine all of these things to grade out at a target surface, which will be our existing surface, and create a new proposed surface for us to use for our grading. So to create our corridor, we're going to go to the Home tab, and under the Create Design portion of the Home tab, you'll go ahead and click Corridor. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and name our corridor. We're going to start with the entrance road, so we're going to name it Entrance Road. Our corridor style, we're going to set to CVLX corridor, and our corridor layer, we're going to go ahead and set to our dedicated no plot corridor layer, which is CZ10 prop corridor. Okay, our alignment, this is our entrance road corridor, so it's going to be entrance road, and then our profile, we made a couple of them, but this most recent one is the correct one after having to delete a few. And then our assembly, we're going to select the assembly that we want. You can also click this little guy right here in which you can select it in model space. So we're just going to grab this guy. Okay, and then our target surface is going to be our existing surface or our EG surface, and then we'll go ahead and hit OK. All right, and then in all of this information, we pretty much punched in the correct horizontal alignment, vertical alignment, as well as the target surface. So we'll just go ahead and hit Apply. We'll hit Rebuild the Corridor. Usually your event window is going to pop up. So let's go ahead and turn on our, let me drag over my Layer Properties Manager, and we're going to go ahead and turn on our dedicated no plot corridor layer, which is going to populate on our screen, and now we can see our corridor. Okay, so this is our corridor. So the corridor style that we have essentially isn't going to show any contours, but it is going to show you the bounds of which the grading is happening. So essentially it's grading all the way out to this outer border here. And for us to generate a new proposed surface based off of our corridor and extract the contours out of that surface, we're going to go ahead and click on the corridor, and then we're going to hit Corridor Surfaces. Okay, and then we're going to hit this button right here, which is going to create a new corridor surface. And then we're going to specify a top code. So for our specified code, you're just going to select top and then hit this little plus, and then we'll hit Apply. Okay. And then as you can see here, we have our surface. I'll go ahead and drag over our properties pane. We have a new 10 surface. So if I click this guy, I'm going to go ahead and change the style. So surface properties, edit surface style, and I'm going to change, or excuse me, in our properties pane first, I'm going to change the style to CVLX PG. And then I like to edit the style just to change it up a little bit. This is currently showing 1 foot contours, which I do not want to see. So I'm going to go to Contours, Contour Intervals, and then I'm going to change the minor to 2, and then the major to 10, hit Apply. And then as far as the display goes, I don't like the green border, so because it looks too similar to our actual PG surfaces. So I'm just going to go ahead and set that to black or gray. And then the major contours, I'm going to have those show up as green, and the minor contours I'm going to have show up by block. Press OK. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and create a new layer. So I'll drag over our Layer States Manager again. We're going to go ahead and create a new layer that's also going to be a no plot layer. And it's going to be Corridor Surface. You can assign any type of color you want to it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drag this back over. Okay, and then this guy, I'm going to throw on that layer that we just created, which is right here. Okay, so as you can see here, now we have our surface created that uses the contours that are spit out by our corridor. And then essentially you can extract these contours and then tie them into whatever contour you intend to tie them into. So it's not going to grade super perfect. As you can see here in the corridor or in the surface, we're at 860 here. And then this contour right here is the 860. As you can see, it doesn't tie it in completely perfectly. You're going to have to do a little bit of manual grading yourself, which is usually not a big deal, but it does, as you can see, the vast majority of the work for you, which is great. So in order to extract these contours, we're going to click on the surface here, and then you're going to see this little Surface Tools tab and Extract from Surface. Click this drop-down menu, and you're going to want to extract objects, and then you could select the border and your major and minor contours. Usually we're not going to extract the border. Go ahead and hit OK, and then it's just going to go ahead and populate all of these guys out, and I'm going to go ahead and isolate these just so we can see. Okay, and so it just went ahead and extracted all these contours out for us, which are all polylines, and they all have the correct elevation. So then you can go ahead and continue to grade based off of these contours that you just extracted. And then you could repeat the same process for the other two corridors which we made. So we're just going to go ahead and go back. We can repeat the process for the corridor going down the center road as well as the corridor going down this back road. So we'll go ahead and we'll run through it one more time really quick. So we're going to go ahead and do this center road here. So all of these contours that I just pulled out, I'm going to go ahead and Control Z back. We'll do that at the end. I don't want those cluttering up the file for right now. Okay. So we're going to do, again, corridor. This is going to be our center road corridor. Okay, our corridor layer is going to be our dedicated no plot corridor layer, which is CZ10 proposed corridor. Okay, our alignment is going to be our center road because this is our center road. Again, you can click this little button right here and then you can select it in your model space. So this is our alignment here, so I can just go ahead and click that guy and it'll go ahead and select the alignment that you just clicked. The profile is going to be the center road profile, and then our assembly is going to be the same assembly that we picked before. Our target surface is going to be EG again. We'll go ahead and hit OK. Apply, rebuild. Event viewer is going to come up, which is fine. We'll go ahead and press OK. Boom. Now we've got our corridor created once again. I'm going to go ahead and verify that this is our center road. This is the profile that we use, which is named center road, which is the one that we use to create our corridor. So this is going to be correct. All right, again, same thing. We're going to click on our corridor and we're going to want to make our corridor surface. So select this guy. You select corridor surfaces here under the modify corridor part of your corridor tab. Right, and then we're going to click this little button right here to create a new corridor surface, and then specify code, top, click this little green plus, hit apply, OK. Same thing here. I want to match the layer and styles onto this surface, so I'm going to select the one that I did first, do MA for match, and then just go ahead and click on this guy, and it'll match. OK, and now we've got our second corridor surface, which we can again click on, hit extract from surface, extract objects, and we can extract the border and the major and minor contours. And then we can use the contours made from each one of these corridors to grade out our site, or to do the beginning of the grading of our site.